skills. Yeah.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheels. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving that soldier chills. My dude is cold as kill. Story treacherous, I effortlessly show skills. Yeah, let's go. That first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See that pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, bitch, this way before the deal.
Yeah. 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 Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 13! Check 13!
Cousins now. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Here's Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. Got his man, that's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10. That one goes for 36 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left,
more football.
early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Easy.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's it. Big hit. It's now 3rd and 19.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Don't get nervous.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Dustin Colquitt on to punt. We'll likely see Brother Britton on the other side get a chance later. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing, Cousins. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins escaping the pressure right. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 39, Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wells. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 16. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now Mahomes. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Mahomes going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run on first down. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Cousins. He's got his man. This is Jackson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 29-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Let's go, baby.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Hey, flipper!
From the 22, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McCoy. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On first down, it's Cook. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On second down now, Blunt. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Bailey able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Right there in the middle. Yellow.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Williams. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. The 20. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 33 yards that time.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Win the rep. Let's go right here.
Now Williams. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in?
And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Looking sideline, and that's caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. On first down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. For the younger fans watching this, you might think Vikings, Chiefs, and not see a lot of history in this game. But this is part of the NFL 100 series, because these two teams met way back in Super Bowl IV, with the Chiefs winning their first and only Super Bowl title. The Vikings, of course, still yet to win a title, even though they made it 4 times to the final game back in that time period. They were in Super Bowl 4, 8, 9, and 11, but went 0 for 4 in those affairs. Mahomes on target here to Hardman. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 44-yard line. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Vikings 16, Chiefs 14.
Yellow, on the line. Here we go, team.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout, Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
At the 34-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Cook. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a play fake here on first down. And Cook has it, left side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie!
Cousins now. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mahomes. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
You better bring it. Slam. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Here's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Check 13.
Now a give, right side. Blunt. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Mahomes now to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 24-yard line.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Minnesota, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.